So what would they do about graduation?
We are now live streaming on YouTube.
You give us a countdown.
There's Brett.
Yeah, we are on live now. I've verified the stream.
My volume.
Okay, so are we ready to start or?
Another minute.
Okay. Did Terry get on?
No. Same news. I've been trying to call him.
You all watching down there?
All right.
Mayor, it is now 5:30.
Okay. I want to call the to order and roll call, please.
Allegri,
Here.
Gene, Harris, Brett,
Here.
Matt. Here. Crystal,
Here.
Jason,
Here.
Jake, absent. Brenda, absent. Danny.
Here.
Terry.
Here.
Okay, you have before you the minutes of the March 3rd meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes as read?
I'll make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any additions or corrections? If not, roll call vote.
Brett,
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
6 yes.
Okay. The financial report, Gene.
This is as of February. Not a lot going on yet, but everything right now is in good shape. I did look sales tax down a little bit for March. It's not ready to do all that yet, but the financial report's good.
Any questions on the financial report? If not, roll call vote.
I need a first and second.
Oh, your motion,
Make a motion to approve the financial report.
do I hear a second? Okay.
Matt and Danny. Roll call. Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
6 yes.
Okay, bills, Gene.
Bills, these have already been paid. When we canceled the last meeting, we went ahead and made our bills paid because they are budgeted. Again, it's kind of small. This is just February, March bills. Nothing really out of the ordinary on this set. We did pay our emergency management payment of $28.39. With all this going on, that could be a vital part of reimbursement. So we did go and pay it. And then Slater General Store. Depends on how you want. They've already been paid.
Well, it was already approved by budget. So,
Right.
Okay, do I hear a motion to pay Slater General Store?
I'll make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Terry, oh, abstain.
Abstain.
All right. Danny,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yeah.
Matt,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
5 yes, 1 abstain.
Okay, do I hear a motion to pay the rest of the bills?
So made.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
6 yes.
All right, mayor's report. COVID-19 update. As mayor finding it necessary to protect public health and prevent the further spread of COVID-19, I've ordered the following in addition to all CDC recommendations. All city parks and walking trails will remain open. However, the kiddie park, playgrounds, public restrooms, shelter houses, and basketball courts will be closed until further notice. If you plan to use the park, disinfect public benches before use. City Hall will be closed to the public until further notice. Utilities bills should still be paid by the due date and dropped into the night deposit. Payments in cash should be paid by calling City Hall at 529-2271. We also got where you could pay it on the charge card, and if you'll call City Hall, they can tell you how to set that up. All public service departments will be closed to the public. Slater Public Library will be limited to excess of 3 people. Barbers and hair salons, nail salons should work by appointment only and follow all CDC recommendations. Limit visits to the grocery stores, and trips should be limited to 1 person per family. Social distancing guidelines should be practiced at all times. Restaurant and bars are open for carryout and delivery services only. Other businesses considered essential can remain open at the owner's discretion. I ask everyone to wear a face mask when in public to protect yourselves and others. By working together, let us try to have a 0% COVID-19 positive for the city. Ask our state leaders to make this not a political issue, but a public health issue, as they owe us that. Okay, the citywide garage sale has been postponed till we figure out what's going on. We'd like to set the next meeting at May 5th. We're kind of doing this day to day. Doug, do we need to vote on that?
A motion would be appropriate
Okay,
since
You're-
you're postponing a regular meeting.
okay. Do I hear a motion to postpone the next meeting till May 5th?
So move.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Hey, Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry. That's 6 yes. With that, we will go ahead and pay our bills as payment of bills. We'll present a list then, but payment of bills are already budgeted.
Any questions on that? Okay, moving on to old business. We got bids to tear down houses. Got a bid from Gary Morrill to tear down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses. You guys all have got, well, I'll give you copies of the addresses for $27,500. Got a bid for the same amount of houses from Mark Heilman for $44,450. So what's the council's thoughts? Both of them have both done work for us and they have both done good jobs. So what's council's wishes? Everybody there?
Yeah, sounds reasonable. Just go with the cheapest, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's a big difference in price. So, so Marl had the 27.5, Heilman had the 44.4. So who wants to make a motion to?
I'll make that motion to accept
For-
the lower.
For the
I'll-
lowest one?
Correct.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Bristol.
Okay. Motion made and seconded. Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Crystal, okay, Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry, Brett,
Yes.
Okay, does the council have any other old business?
you might keep in mind in your packets, there's a list of nuisance letters. You can see the first batch on the side kind of tells what they've told us. You'll see a second notice to 3. The courts right now are not taking these, so we're trying to do it through City Hall. But the next step will be tickets.
And they'll issue the tickets and then they'll end up court whenever court gets back open. Okay, if no other old business, new business, got a bill to property transfer to our, Gene, do you want to kind of explain that a little bit?
This is the property where it's over on Locust and Parker, right next to McClanahan's. The city tore the house down there last year. McClanahan's have cash purchased the property. We talked about that probably a year ago when we were tearing it down. They have paid it in full, and this would be the ordinance transferring, authorizing the mayor to sign to transfer the property.
Do I hear a motion to, well, does Doug need to read that?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to read that?
An ordinance authorizing execution of certain documents in connection with transfer of real estate in the city of Slater.
Do we have to read that twice?
Yes.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the first reading? Do I hear?
Terry's talking. Terry, you need to speak up.
I move that we accept first reading.
Okay, we can barely hear you, Terry.
I move that we accept first reading.
Okay, there you go. Okay, any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing execution of certain documents in connection with transfer of real estate in the city of Slater.
Do I hear a motion to approve the second reading?
So made.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Terry,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Matt.
Yeah.
Brett.
Yes.
Okay, another one, mayor to sign agreement with Cooper. Gene, you want to explain that?
Again, some of you I've talked to, these are the lots, and you have a map back in your packet. Kind of a colored map, and then there's also I call it a plat, but I don't know if it really is. This is at the corner of Parker and Walnut. The yellow is the Cooper lot. The original lots were 80 foot by 160. 80 is really not enough to give your 30 foot backs, your 30 foot fronts on that lot. So we kicked it up to 25 extra feet, so they'd be 105 by 160. His property would face Walnut, according to him, and he would build a garage that he enters off of Parker on the other side. It's going to be a modular. I gave you in your packet his letter of interest. He had some pictures of his home that he's purchasing and some pictures of his garage. I personally think this is exactly what we worked for on tearing down some of these old houses. And like I said, he works on the railroad. His wife does babysitting here in town already. But it's your all's.
And
I'd
this
make a
has-
motion. I'd make a motion that we accept this to sell this property to Cooper. He's going to buy it, isn't he, Gene?
No,
No, we're going to give it to him.
our deal is we'll give them if you build on them.
Okay, then I still make that motion. I think these people are worth investing into, and that's exactly what we're needing, and that's in our neighborhood. So,
Right.
Let me go
And,
ahead and read the ordinance for you.
Okay.
An ordinance
ahead.
authorizing execution of certain documents in connection with transfer of real estate in the city of Slater.
Do I have a motion to approve the first reading?
I already did it, but do it again if you need it.
I got
Okay.
it.
Okay, do I hear a second? Okay, any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
Okay,
Second reading,
second reading.
an ordinance authorizing execution of certain documents in connection with transfer of real estate in the city of Slater.
Do I hear a motion to approve the second reading?
So made.
Do I hear a second? Second. Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Motion approved. Okay, another one here, and this is great because this is what we've been striving for. We're really starting to get some results with it. Mayor to sign agreement with Hayslip. Gene?
Again, this is that same corner, basically, only her house is facing Parker. She's the one in green. Since we took part of lot 2, then we got into lot 3. So we split that up to 105 by 160. Her proposal is in the packet also, and then she has a drawing. Her name's Cheryl Hayslip. She's from Marshall. She's selling a house. You'll see it is a Martin Metal LLC house. So it's going to have metal sides, metal roof. It has a front porch. It's 1,260 square feet. She will eventually put a garage, detached garage onto it. Again, that leaves one lot. And it has city keeping on the drawing. It leaves one lot for future of 110 by 160. And then the next house would be the one that the bank owns there at the corner of Parker and Short. So one more house in there, and we could fill that block up between the Habitat houses and these houses would
Will be all
basically be
new neighborhood, yeah. And there is already interest in that one other lot too, so.
Well, you all probably
right.
already know this, but even the house on the corner that the Sanders had has sold, and they're
Right.
going to be moving into it pretty quick.
Right, right. So that's going to improve an entire block of houses, actually a whole new neighborhood. So,
Whole new
And you have-
neighborhood. That's good.
yeah. And it's really upgrading that part of town too, which is what we've wanted to do so that both parts of town are really going to look good.
Well, Mary Ford she just put a modular in right across the street also.
Yes,
So, I think it's an improvement for the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, most
Well,
definitely.
and guys, I don't know, you all probably know this, but Mary's gonna tear down her old house when she's all set up and moved into that. Her old
Good.
house is gonna come down is what they told me, so
Oh, excellent, excellent.
it'll make it look good.
Really making progress. Okay, do I hear the
Doug,
first?
read.
Yeah, I'm going to have Doug read the first reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing execution of certain documents in connection with the transfer of real estate in the city of Slater.
Do I hear a motion to approve the first reading?
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes,
Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal.
Yes.
Okay, second reading.
An ordinance authorizing execution of certain documents in connection with the transfer of real estate in the city of Slater.
Do I hear a motion to approve the second reading?
So made.
Do I hear a second?
second,
Okay. Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry.
yes,
Okay, trash contract renewal. Gene, do you want to?
I don't have it in your packet. It is on the agenda. Kruger's contract's up as of May 1st. He's asked for $1 increase. Hasn't taken one since he started the deal. We did put in a little clause. Doug and I talked about it to ratchet some increases because he had a thing that he possibly could want to increase in the future. So we put a consumer price index increase in there if need something to judge it on. But
Doug, the only problem with that consumer price increase, with that automatically, he thinks when that goes up, he'll come back and just automatically up it. You know, right now we've been going from contract to contract with just kind of a written in price increase without having to worry about increasing it between contracts.
So we've got that in there for it to be an annual thing, not just anytime there's a change, but only once per year. And that was in response to his language that he had proposed that really didn't have any guidance on how an increase would be calculated. And so this simply just ties the increase to inflation.
Well, now with the price increase, can we cancel the contract if we're not happy with it? Or
I believe you've got a cancellation right at any time for convenience.
do we? Okay. So we can, you know, put this out to bid. They've always done a good job on it, and they've always kind of won the bid. So what's the council's, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they've done a good job. We get very few complaints. And with, of course, fuel prices have gone down. So doesn't have much of an excuse to raise it for sure.
This is a 1-year renewal.
5
year.
just says 5 years. I don't know if you heard Brett's or Matt's question. It is 5 year.
And understand that being tied to the CPI in normal economic circumstances, that usually means an increase, but it can mean a decrease.
I see. Yeah. Well, they've treated us fairly so far, but you know, it's the council's decision to see what they want to do. The service has been good, so.
Haven't 5 years. Right?
Yep.
So First renewal.
First renewal.
And last bid, I don't think they were quite as cheaper, so. I mean,
And this is their second contract, isn't it, Gene?
It'd be
Well,
our
yeah.
second.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first time we reviewed it. So, I mean, anybody else have anything on it?
So we don't have bids from other places, or do we put it
No.
out for bid?
We didn't put it out. They come in, requested the dollar increase and keep it in-house.
It wasn't this long a contract though, was it?
Mhm.
Was it? The one time we put it out, it was,
You're limited to your haulers around you, about WCA's, about your,
And they were quite.
they were, now, they might sharpen their pencil, but for, you know, for what we pay, I think, $9.75 what customers pay, that's pretty good for once a week pickup, and anything that's legal, they pretty much do pick up. They have been a little more picky on construction materials here lately, because I think they're getting a lot in lieu of people purchasing at dumpster.
so, like I said, we've been real happy with the service. If you compare trash rates, to other towns around us, Marshall being one, we're quite a bit more reasonable than, surrounding, cities.
I mean, I'm fine with keeping it if we
Yeah.
had to open it for. Yeah, I'm fine with them.
Okay, is that in the form of a motion, Crystal?
Yeah, I'll make that motion to stick with Kruger's for
Okay.
trash.
Do I hear a second?
I'll make it a second.
Okay, any questions?
Just for clarity, they go by RTS.
Yeah.
Okay, motion made and seconded, roll call vote.
Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
yes,
Danny,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
Okay, street chip and seal contract. We got a bid from Vance Brothers for 40,000 square yards of single chip seal for $73,600. $1.84 unit cost. Didn't you say that's the same as it was last year?
Same as last year.
Uh,
We did back off 10,000 square yards because we want to get back on Front Street and get some more of it done. But we need to, if we want, if this is that same rock, the red rock's really hard. And if we want, we done it early because we want to get on their schedule. I gave you a map of gives you years, you know, I like color, but for 2020, we were looking at doing the yellow, which there's a street down by Slater Housing, basically the entire Bryant project or the southeast part of Slater. There's a road out by Parker, and then there's some on Hurt, and I'm still needing a couple, 3 blocks to fill out the 40,000 square yards. But the big area in yellow has never been chip and sealed since we done that. And that was back when Brownell was still on the council. Morris Street down in Slater Housing's never been done. Out by, on the map, it says Texas because we got old map, but it's Parker. That street's never been done. Yeah. And Hurt Street has been done, but it's got a couple places we need to fix and then chip over it.
And if you guys have any other streets that need to be addressed, we still got room in the budget to do a few more, but I think pretty much all over town, we're in pretty good shape. Might have a few potholes here and there, but
We did just put in 8 tons of cold mix around the area, and hopefully they make hot mix in close to us and we can get some other better patches.
so what's the council want to do here?
I make a motion that we accept the chip and seal bid $73,600. I think that's the right material. I feel better about this after the last year or so we've done this. It seems to hold up better. Don't you all agree?
Oh, yeah, I think one thing we've done is we've studied streets for a number of years and experimented with different products, and this seems to be the one that works the best. So.
It's a very hard, it wears out snowplow edges and snowplow shoes. When you're going down the street, you'll see sparks. And if you're mowing and get next to it, you'll see sparks. So it's a hard material, and I haven't been a lot of places. They did tell me some cities that hadn't done anything the last couple of years. These past 2 winters has really pulled a toll on some city streets and other communities.
And they're using it up around the cities and everything now. It just seems to be the wave of the future. And Terry, you made that in a motion?
Yes.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? If not, roll call vote.
Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
6 yes.
Okay. Moving on, equipment purchase. Gene and been talking with some people, possibility of purchasing a truck to apply for a grant to get this truck to pull the Bobcat. It's the truck we've got. It's pretty hard to pull it. You want to explain it a little bit more?
It's through rural development. We've been successful there. We bought some fire equipment at one point. We bought a track hoe at one point. I'd like to apply for 55% money to purchase a 1 ton, 1.5 ton dump bed to pull the new track hoe. We're probably looking at about the same money. 55% of $60,000 is what they would pay, and we'd be obligated to 45%. We have to get it applied for. This is last year's money, and they don't know how much money they're going to have for this year with all this stuff going on and budget cuts and that. So that's why the urgency to get the grant in and before somebody else gets the money.
So do we need to vote on that, Doug, or just for him to pursue the grant?
City's match have already been budgeted in your equipment acquisition?
No.
Yes.
Oh, it has?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
We're just moving it. We were going to go for another piece, but this seems to me more pushing.
If it's already budgeted, no official actions necessary. You've already approved the budget by ordinance.
Okay. So we don't need to, until it comes up, if we purchase it, will we have to vote for it, or just we're done with that as long
If
as we
it's
get
already
the
been
grant?
budgeted, you've done what you need to do. But one question I would have for Gene is, do they require some type of a resolution of approval as a part of the grant application?
They eventually will, yes.
You
So
don't do
I'd
that
like
now?
I'd like to see us make a motion on it.
That'd be the concern.
Okay.
So make a motion.
Do I hear a motion to pursue the grant?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions? If not, roll
You'll
call vote.
present this, Steve, you'll present this to us again when we come up with a truck, if the money's there and we
Yes.
pick out a truck, we'll have a final say in it, so.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is part of the grant application. You got to keep it moving.
Right.
This is authorizing the mayor to sign and all that good stuff.
All right, I'm on.
Okay.
I got to call roll call. Brett,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Crystal. Crystal,
He's getting it.
Maybe.
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Danny,
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
That it?
That's it.
Okay, does the council have any other new business or anything they want to talk about? If not, we have no visitors. So do I hear a motion to shut it down?
I'll make that motion.
There, second?
Second.
Okay, and we can just go with all those in favor. Say aye.
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 Any opposed? Say no. Okay, meeting adjourned.